All right, Brian, welcome back. Episode 2. How you
I
doing?
am great to be here, you judgmental son of a bitch.
That's what we do. That's what we do. Okay, so episode 2 of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. What do you think?
I thought it was fantastic. Um,
It's sucking me in.
so it is like it's kind of low key though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
which
there's no
which is different for Game of Thrones. It's just like it's
right.
such a damn different show. We talked about it last time, but like it really is a different tone and format and everything,
Yeah,
and
and,
it
and
works.
right, and it's such contrast to House of the Dragon,
Oh, good
which
lord.
was just such an awful show.
uh, I didn't think it was an awful show. I thought it was a hard show to watch, which is a little bit different. I mean, it was like a good. It's well made. The story is very engaging, but like it's just it was hard to watch.
I could not keep up with the characters,
There was a lot.
and like I couldn't tell who was who
Yep,
because they're all freaking blonde.
all of them.
And I just my attention started waning and I never even finished the series.
Yeah. Well, there's another
Like
there's
I
another
just
season coming up, so
is there
you
really? Oh
yeah,
god.
so you can catch up, start all over again, and catch up.
Look, that blonde person is mad at that blonde person.
Yeah,
The only one I could ever tell apart was the guy with the eye patch.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, this is a very different show. It is very Targaryen centered again, though. All the blondes are all here, but it's just there's
True.
characters other than the Targaryens in this one, which helps.
Yeah. And they're not all making dramatic like speeches and
Right.
like it's just like people doing their thing.
Yeah. And there's not as much like I want to say there's not as much like blood and I don't know. This show, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, is still kind of visceral in certain ways. Like, for instance, we open on a gigantic prosthetic penis in this
Oh my god.
episode.
Yeah.
It's glorious. It's glorious.
So when I went to watch this the second time, I
Yeah.
was like, I can skip the first 30 seconds.
Not me, sir.
I, I mean,
uh,
it's like the same thing with the tree diarrhea.
right.
Like, it's just like, all right, let's make sure they're paying attention.
I immediately thought of the tree diarrhea scene. I was like, okay, so here the openings of this show, they're all going to be some prosthetic body part that is shooting waste out of it. It's kind of their
I mean,
thing.
I thought he was going to slap himself with in the forehead with that thing.
Glorious.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, let's see. So, we open on the giant penis. Um, so Dunk is walking around
Oh,
the meadows trying to
have you
find a sponsor. What's that?
has Effie watched this show yet?
No.
She might like the second one,
Like the
just for
first
the
30
beginning.
seconds of the
Yeah.
second one. I'll let her know. I'll show it to her. Yeah, she might enjoy that. Um, so he's walking around looking for a sponsor. Basically, he needs a letter of recommendation, and
Right.
so he has to just talk about his what did we decide? His mentor, his master. Um,
I like Master, I think.
I guess so. Sir Arlen of Pennytree. So he's just telling stories about him, hoping somebody will has some memory of this guy, and it's kind of endearing. Like we get to see what he was like, and he was a hard man. He's got like
He was a drunken
wounds.
fool.
He was drunken fool, but kind, generous, kind, and all that stuff. And
That's what I always say about people who only beat me when I need
right,
it.
yeah, you damn right you do.
Yeah.
He's got like wounds all over his body. Like, dude's cut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, he's clearly been in several fights.
I guess and I was gonna mention this later, but later in the show, Dunk talks about how Arlen never won a tourney. Like he was never a champion, meaning he didn't
Right.
win the jousting tournament. That seemed really important to Duncan. That seemed really important to like he was never like that was the whole thing. Like to be a knight, the highest level of being a knight is winning at jousting. That kind of seemed like his attitude, and he was a little bit embarrassed for Arlen that he never won.
Well, I think this plays back into his naivety
Hmm.
about, or maybe not. He's just comes off as innocent.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
and
clearly everyone around him has an entirely different view of what it means to be a knight.
yep.
And later on, much later on, in the series, that gets reinforced. Like
Mm,
it builds on it.
yep.
Um,
Yep. Um, but it's cool to see his memories of his old master, and he was kind of
yeah,
like he was watching kind of incredulously as Arlen was dying. You know, it's like they both kind of knew he was dying, and the dude's just singing his body songs and chewing on beef jerky and just kind of like continued being himself and living his life. And you could see Duncan like why like I don't like kind of didn't know what to do or how to handle the situation.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Again, it's like, I guess sheltered would be a better word.
definitely.
It's almost what it comes off as.
Yep. Yep. And then at the end of it, no one remembers him. You know? So it's like what was the point of any of it? Like you're a knight, you didn't win a tournament, you loser, and then nobody freaking
Then
remembers you.
didn't doesn't that happen later on?
That someone remembers him?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, in this episode. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. So he does find someone eventually, but as he's looking, I think the theme of this episode, the main point of this episode, the main thing that they ponder, Egg brought it up. Egg says, "Was he a shit knight?" And I think that's the whole point. Is like, what makes your life worthwhile? Like, what is the point of all of it? So I'll ask you: do you think Sir Arlen was a shit knight?
Absolutely.
Kind of, right?
I mean, he just kind of wandered around
Hmm.
drinking and singing. I
Yep.
mean, I guess along the way he taught um Dunk how to fight and
Yep.
whatnot. But I mean, it's is the job description of a knight. I guess he makes it feel like it's to work for a lord,
He definitely thinks the
and that's
lords
he
are his
wants to win the.
betters.
Yeah. Well, like he wants to win the tournament
Oh,
because he thinks that'll get him a job with
yep,
a lord
yep,
and make him not a hedge knight anymore.
yeah. He thinks hedge knights are a step below housed knights or whatever you say it. Um,
Yeah,
yep,
but
that's
he
the
also
point.
keeps trying to glorify it a little bit with, he's like, the hedge knight is the bridge between a regular knight and the common people. And
Mm-hmm.
um I don't know,
Yep.
I think he's like, he read the Knight of the Round Table books as a kid, and
Yeah.
stuck with that as what he thinks a knight is.
Yep. Yep. I think so. But also Arlen was like good to people. He was generous. He didn't have money because he kind of gave it away a lot. It seemed like. So he like
Yeah,
took care of
it's
people
true.
around him. He took care. Stupid. He took care of Dunk. He kind of raised him, from youth. So kind of, I don't. And then at the end, Duncan says he was good to me. Like that's kind of his final
Yeah.
summation is like he was good to me, and that's worth something. It's all a
And
matter
when
of what
he
you think the
like,
point is.
well, and then there's that. I think it was in this episode at the beginning when he's going into town and a knight is beating the shit out of his squire.
Night is that in this
Is that this one or
episode?
the last one?
A night is being. I don't think that's this. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen that one yet. We we have to have one thing each episode here where you remember something I don't.
Right.
Excellent. So we'll put a pin in that one. Okay, so nobody's remembering him. Okay, and then the Targaryens show up. So this is the big exciting thing. The Targaryens ride in to I guess it's Ashford Castle, and Dunk just kind of just fucking lets himself in the castle
Yeah.
and starts eavesdropping on the king's sons. I mean, like, what is he doing? What is that dude doing? And this is the point where we get to like, all right, let's figure out who all these fucking Targaryens are. So,
Right.
so I want to take a brief aside here to report what I've figured out. So
Okay.
you've got all right. So we're talking about House of the Dragon. You've got Queen Rhaenyra, played by the great Millie Alcock. I love her. She's playing Supergirl in the upcoming movie. Love her. Um, so she and her uncle slash consort Matt Smith, what's his name, Damon Targaryen. They have a bunch of kids. One of them becomes the king, then his kid becomes the king, then his other kid becomes the king, then Rhaenyra and Daemon's other son becomes the king. A bunch of Targaryens. So
Right.
the current king is their great grandson. Great grandson, Daeron the second. So the Targaryens we see here are their two sons of the king. There's Baelor, who is the oldest son, who is heir to the Iron Throne. He's they say he's like chivalrous and kind, and he listens, and he's got all the qualities you want in a king. Everyone's pretty sure he's gonna be a
Right.
great king. And then you got his brother, who's just a prick. His name is Meeker. Meeker. They
Yeah.
pronounce it so strange. Meeker. Um, so Dunk is eavesdropping on these guys, and they're two of Meeker's sons are missing.
Yeah. So the last episode of we did,
Mm-hmm.
when I said I had a question I wanted to ask, but I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't going to ask it,
Mm-hmm.
this was that question.
Now's your chance.
Was whether this is the episode where they're like, oh, the drunken sons have disappeared,
Mm-hmm.
and where could they be? It's like, where did we see a drunk guy and a little kid?
Some like random drunk blonde dude. Got it. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So we've seen both of these sons that are missing. So we know they're not dead. Thankfully,
Correct.
thankfully we know they're not dead.
I hope they're not dead.
Yeah, right.
That's how you say to someone who's missing. My child was missing. Well, I hope he's not dead.
He's not so bright. Yeah. We do see me. Excuse me. We do see Meeker's other son, who is the guy who mistakes Dunk for a stable boy. This is another
Yes.
son of Meeker. He's kind of a prick, like his old man, and
Yes.
and his name is Arion. Arion Targaryen. Arion Targaryen.
In Targaryen.
Arion.
Yep.
It's like Julia Gulia. It's not a great name. Arion Targaryen. All right, and so the sons are missing. They send a couple of white cloak knights. What do they call them? The King's Guard
Kingsguard.
to go look for them. We know where they are. What else about that scene? Okay, so this is the scene where Sir Arlen finally gets remembered by somebody. Thank God.
Yes. Because I remember or study my foes or something like that.
Yeah,
Seems kind of far fetched, but
yeah. And the first thing they say about him is he never won a tourney. They're
right.
obsessed with this. This is like play fighting, like there's two things going on here. So there's jousting, which is kind of play fighting, and then Sir Arlen also like fought in a bunch of like battles for all these lords, like real fights.
Well, I looked into this a little bit just because. So, have you ever like actually looked into what jousting is?
I cannot say that I have.
So, um, basically, the idea is two guys ride at each other
Mm-hmm.
with
With
lances. The
lances,
idea
yeah,
is to either it's a scoring system.
yeah.
You get points for certain things, and whoever's hosting the games gets to decide how many points something is worth.
Mm-hmm.
But the goal is to either break your lance on the other person
Okay.
or knock them off their horse.
Okay.
Um,
You get points for breaking your own lance on somebody's head or whatever,
or
or
yes,
a chest, or Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Um,
Wouldn't you want like the shittiest lance possible then?
well, it's kind of how it's so. Well, so it would be like if if you knock someone off their horse, it would be worth like say 3 points,
Mm-hmm.
and making or breaking your lance might be worth 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd be better off to not have your lance break because you could unhorse your opponent.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Um,
Hmm. I did not know that.
and people got hurt a lot.
As one can imagine.
Um,
Yeah.
like it's what ultimately killed Henry VIII.
Mm-hmm.
He had a leg injury from when he was in his youth. So like the pictures you see of Henry now, like he's all big and fat.
Mm-hmm.
But when he was young, I mean, he was a tall guy, especially for the time. He was like 6'2" or something like that. Um, he had a leg injury
Hmm.
that never really healed. And then he did another jousting tournament and injured it even worse. And it made it so he basically couldn't really walk well anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude ate like, I think it was something like they figured it was like something like 8 or 9,000 calories a day,
Okay.
which was fine when he was active, but that's how he got so big and fat. But the
I see.
wound actually, like they said, like by the time he died, the wound smelled so bad people couldn't walk into the room with him.
Ah,
But
wonderful.
anyway, so jousting is like very, very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So just like when you say like that's why they take it so seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they certainly take it seriously. We do see some jousting in this episode. We see so we see another son. Baelor's son is jousting. His name is Valar. We see like it's like Valar versus the fish guy.
Yeah,
Which what the hell? Why is he biting the head off a fish, and like throwing it into the crowd? That like because he's
because
from
they're the fish people.
they're the fish people. Is that I wasn't sure what character that was.
Wasn't I
Um,
think that wasn't that the
oh, is it?
crabber?
Is it?
Yeah, I think that was the guy that whose family owns all the crab boats.
It could be him. I need to
Like,
look it
like
up on the way to figure it out is look it up on IMDb who that actor
right,
was playing it.
absolutely.
I thought maybe it was the guy from River Run. Um, I don't know his name, but
Oh,
who
that would be a good. Yeah,
who knows?
is that the
It was
Tullys?
yeah, the Tullys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think maybe it was a Tully, but I haven't looked it up. I'm not sure. But he's some for some reason he's associated with fish and wants everyone to know it. Gross. Why would you do that right before like a sporting event? Like, you know what I need in me right now is raw fish head.
Is good for manhood.
I guess. I guess.
Everybody's got to have a thing.
Yeah.
Dunk is tall. The Targaryens are blonde.
Yep.
He bites heads off fishes.
Yep. Um. Anything else about the jousting that stood out to you? I know that like Dunk was having some looked like he was having some anxiety as he was watching like how good these guys were. Like the one dude like caught his horse as it was running by and then swooped down to pick up his shield, which is like a near impossible fucking feat. And it looked like Dunk was like, "Oh shit! Like I'm gonna get my ass handed to me by these guys."
Yeah, well, he's clearly never seen any of this before.
Yeah,
I mean, he spent a lot of time alone with his well endowed master out sleeping under hedges.
yeah. Well, he might have. He was a squire, so he might have seen him fight in some tourneys. It does sound like he only kind of heard stories about it.
Yeah,
But I mean, like,
that's why
how old is Dunk? He's I don't know. He's got to be in his late
I'd
20s
say,
at least, right?
I would say, yeah, mid to
So
late 20s.
does that mean that Sir Arlen has not jousted in the last 20 something years? Like, why wouldn't he have seen it? I don't expect you to have an answer for that, but just to.
Well, if let's say Dunk's 26.
Okay.
And he picked up, or Arlen picked him up when he was, I don't know, 10.
10. Yeah.
So not having jousted for the last 15 years,
He
I mean,
did
he's
die
pretty
at
old.
60. Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right.
So that could make sense.
So we'll say Dunk squired him in his post jousting years.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense. Well, he looks pretty nervous. Um, but then at the end of the show, he's like, "We're gonna find out." He was just based. The last line was like, "We're gonna find out what kind of man he raised.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what he taught me," and we are. There's a few other things in the episode. Kind of the night. I guess it was like the night before the tourney started. He went and he got a new shield, or he's getting his shield painted.
Painted.
Wants to get his
Yeah.
shield painted by this girl, if you know what I mean.
You mean he
He
wants artwork done?
he wants artwork done. That's right.
Yes.
Anything about their awkward flirting that stood out to you that you think is worth mentioning?
Again, him just being kind of innocent.
Yep. But they're both tall, so like they have to get together.
Right.
Right.
And he starts to say something, you're tall enough for, oh, never, oops, sorry.
Tall enough for what do you think he was gonna say? For me or tall for
Yes,
a woman?
absolutely.
Okay. Tall enough to actually
Tall
like
enough for dunk.
tall enough for me to finally 69 somebody is what he was thinking, right?
Tall enough for me to slam dunk you.
Okay. All right. I guess that's what he meant.
Which, by the way, that needs to be his catchphrase.
Dunk. You just got dunked.
Yeah.
Oops. What else? He gets some armor. He sells his horse. That was sad. His last horse. He started with 3 horses, and now he has none. He is a knight without a horse. And I think in the first episode, he's like, "What kind of knight? What is a knight without a horse, or something like that?"
When did you get rid of the other 2 horses?
Along the way, I think I want to go back in the first episode. He starts with 3 horses, and I feel like, like he's got a bunch of like money. When he goes for the shield, he's like, "I can pay you." He gives her a couple coins, and then he says, "I can pay you for the shield." And I think it's kind of implied that like he has sold a horse or 2 along the way, and that's why he has money. But he kept
Okay.
this last horse, this white horse, for the end because it's clearly his favorite and it's the one he really didn't want to get rid of. But I think it kind of happened off screen in the first episode.
Okay, because I don't remember. Yeah, I don't recall any of that.
Yeah. Well, it might have happened between episodes because at the end of the last episode, Egg was watching the horses and taking care of the horses, and then in
Hmm.
this one, he's just got like 1 horse. So he sold him. And okay, so in the first episode, he said if I sell these horses, I could eat like a king for a year or 2. And
Hmm.
now he's like he has sold the horses, and it doesn't seem like he has. He got a little handful of coins for that last one, and he's looking at it like, this is all I'm getting for this horse. I think maybe he overestimated the value of those horses.
It could be that, or that maybe he did get the money, but he's going to spend whatever the final price was, 600 stags
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
for the armor.
yeah, yeah. I guess he had unexpected expenses. He's probably not good with money either.
Probably not.
You know. What else did he do? So the shield, the armor. He plays some tug of war with his buddy Lionel
Yeah, and
Baratheon.
Egg was clearly not helping. Jumping on the rope, that's just more weight to pull.
Yeah. Why? Who suggested that Egg should participate in this event? Like Duncan.
That was
Dunk
my
must
only
have
thought.
said,
That was the only thing I could think of. The whole scene was like, dude, come on, kid, you're just making it harder.
yeah, but not harder on any particular side. He's just
No,
hanging on the
harder on
rope.
everyone. Yeah, he's just there.
Well, I'm glad he got to participate. That was a fun scene. It was pointless. I think the entire point of that scene was just to continue the
Kill
friendship
time.
between him and Lionel, and kill time. They don't need to kill time. It's only a half-an-hour show. They don't. They got stuff to do. And was there anything else? Oh, the only other thing I've got is that he chose a new sigil, or coat of arms, I guess,
Right.
for his
The
shield.
tree and the star.
Tree with a shooting star. which is basically he was like, "How did I fall asleep last night?" Yeah, let's paint that. I mean, that's basically all it is. Fell asleep under a tree and saw a shooting star. Seems very appropriate. I want. Did that? Does that become any like houses, great houses coat of arms? I wonder in the Game of Thrones universe.
I mean, maybe, but
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of houses,
Yeah, you don't know all
and
the
those
sigils.
books are long.
All right, between this episode and next, I want you to reread the Game of Thrones books and see if you notice anything
Sure, I'll
with
get it on Audible.
an elm tree and a shooting star is what you're looking for,
So I'll read one book and have the second book going in my ears,
right?
and the
Just play
TV
them all
show
at
going
once.
on the yeah.
Yeah, I
I'll
like
just
it.
absorb the knowledge.
All right, well,
Might have graduated from college if that was possible.
uh, yes, maybe, maybe. Well, the drinking didn't help.
I don't know what
You
you're
don't
talking
remember
about.
that?
No.
All right, we'll move on. There was the one scene with it's Baelor Targaryen's daughter Gwyn in Ashford Castle, and it was a strange scene. She kind of like she catches Dunk eavesdropping, and is she flirting with him? She kind of is like, "You're big and dumb." Do you remember that scene?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
This is
supposed to
this
get
is the
from
one
it.
with the play too, right?
With the what?
The play. All men are knights. All men
Oh no,
are.
no, that was the girl who painted the shield.
Yeah, but that was this episode, right?
Yes.
What was this saying? All men are knights and all men are
All men
fools.
are fools and all men are not. Yeah.
That is not going to go on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Right. All men. I could see it on a shirt. All men are fools and all men are knights. I don't know what it means. And then they say in the play they say when it comes to women.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think it means all men think they're knights and all women think they're fools.
I get that.
I don't know. It
Um,
just kind of reminds me of that Star Wars, the Acolyte episode where like the power of one, the power of two, the power of
I
many.
don't think I've seen that. What is that?
The Acolyte?
What's the acolyte? Oh, I did see the acolyte. You know, I never watched the last episode of that.
You're fine.
Okay. I it's not that I didn't like it. I did like it. I just never like for some reason I got distracted and never finished it. I'll have to go. I'll have to go finish it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite line in this entire episode is they're getting ready for the tournament starting. The jousting is getting ready. There's a moment of silence where everybody's about to start, and the dude yells out, "Sir Ashford fucks his sheep."
Yeah.
And Lord Ashford's up there on the dais like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
How'd that guy not die? This is a different Game of Thrones for sure, man. You say that shit in King's Landing, you die. um, I think that's all I got, man. Like, what else stood out to you? Anything?
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
Well, I mean, I think we pretty much know who Egg is now.
Yeah, yeah. Let me talk
Um,
about that for a minute. That was completely spoiled for a lot of things have been spoiled for me in this show just by doing some research. Like you type
mhm.
into you like type into Google or AI or something, you say like tell me about the Targaryens. You get a list of all the characters in this show and it's like this dude dies in this way, this dude becomes king, this dude is
Yeah.
actually this dude. So like
You got to be real careful,
you can't do any research on this
or
without getting
you
the whole thing spoiled.
or you just got to sit down and watch the
The
entire
whole
series.
Yeah, I guess in retrospect that would have been smarter. But now I kind of
Yeah,
know what's going to
it'll take
happen.
you 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah. So I pretty much
You
know
can
how
do it
this
at work,
story is going to end. I could do no work. I would never do that. I would never do
right?
that.
I
Yeah,
watched the first 2 seasons of Game of Thrones at work.
nice, nice. Um, yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plays out, even though I know how it's all going to play out. But there are definitely like egg. There are big hints that Egg drops who he is. But I wonder if I hadn't done all that research, if I would have put it together myself. I think the biggest one is the Targaryens come, and then he's like, "Should I just take the horse and go? Maybe I should get out of here right
Yeah.
now." I think that was the
I
biggest
mean,
one.
I think it's that combined with the we're missing two people.
Yep.
One's a drunk blonde and the other one's a little kid.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I don't know.
That was a big
Yeah, it's
one.
good. I mean, I think overall it's still going really well. It's just it's hard to, you know, fill up a lot of conversation about it because it's only a 30-minute episode.
Yeah. I think we've done it. I think that's pretty much all of it. Oh, let me ask you this: the crabber dude. He said, "How did you guys? How did you become a white cloak of the Kingsguard?" And he says, "The same way we became crabbers. Same way we became crabbers." I feel like that's gonna pay off later because that was a very mysterious comment. Does it pay off later? Do they bring that back up?
I don't recall it.
Okay, so we'll see. But I wonder what he meant by that. Same way we became crabbers. Does he mean like I was born rich and it was all handed to me? You know?
That's kind of what I would go down that road.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're going to come back to that because it was that confused Dunk and it confused me.
Or it was just a throwaway line.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's stuck in the back of my head. I'm wondering it, so we'll see if anything comes of that. Okay.
Word.
Word. There we are. Boom. On to episode 3.
We're halfway there.
We're not. We're a third of the way there.
Oh, it was 9 episodes?
No, it's 6. So we've watched 2.
Oh, well, yeah, whatever.
Right. All right. Math.
Fuck your math.
It's what I do. I math and I know things. I drink and I
Hmm.
math things.
I drink and I do maths.
I drink and I do maths. Put that on a t-shirt. All right. Well, let's wrap it up, man.
All right.
Next week, episode 3, and
Until
then
next time.
I can't wait till you. I can't wait to see what you mentioned from episode 4 in the next episode that I haven't gotten to yet. It's tradition. You got to do it.
Yeah.
All right, Brian. Till next
All right.
time, bud.
Till next time.